The modern city is a symphony of human life. It is a place of constant motion and sound. Sirens wail in the distance while trains rumble deep beneath the streets. Crowds of people move like rivers along concrete pathways, each person carrying their own stories, their own hopes and their own burdens. The city is a marvel of human creation, with towers of glass and steel that reach for the heavens. Yet in this busy, often overwhelming world, it can be easy to feel small and alone. It can be hard to find a moment of peace, a quiet space to simply breathe and think. The sheer scale of it all can make us wonder where we fit in. Amid this urban chaos, the ancient words of the Bible offer a profound and steadying comfort. Psalm 46 gives us a powerful image. It speaks of a God who is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in times of trouble. The psalmist writes, "God is in the midst of the city, it shall not be moved." This is a remarkable statement. It suggests that God is not distant or removed from our daily lives. He is not found only in quiet cathedrals or serene natural landscapes. Instead, He is right here in the very heart of our bustling, complicated cities. This truth changes everything. It means that even in the most crowded places, we are never truly alone. This idea invites us to look at our cities in a new way. It encourages us to see past the noise and the rush, to find signs of the divine in the everyday. Perhaps we can see it in the kindness of a stranger helping someone with their bags. Or maybe it is in the creativity of an artist's mural on a brick wall, bringing beauty to a forgotten corner. God's presence is not always a loud announcement. Sometimes it is a quiet whisper. It is a promise that even when the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, there is a foundation that cannot be shaken. This is the foundation of faith. Therefore, our journey begins with this simple but transformative belief. God is with us right where we are. He walks the same streets we walk. He sees the same sights we see. He understands the pressures and the joys of city life. This knowledge does not erase the challenges we face, but it gives us a source of strength that is greater than any challenge. It allows us to stand firm, to have hope, and to find peace even when the world around us feels like it is spinning out of control. The city is not a place to escape from God, but a place to find Him. The Bible often uses cities to tell a much larger story about humanity's relationship with God. Two cities stand out as powerful symbols: Jerusalem and Babylon. Jerusalem, for the ancient Israelites, was more than just a capital. It was the city of God, the place where heaven and earth were believed to meet. It was the home of the temple, the sacred center of their faith and identity. Jerusalem represented order, peace, and divine presence. It was the ideal city, a beacon of hope and a promise of God's covenant with His people. When pilgrims journeyed to Jerusalem, they were not just traveling to a location, they were ascending to a place of spiritual significance. In stark contrast stands Babylon. In the biblical narrative, Babylon represents human pride, confusion, and rebellion against God. It is the city of the Tower of Babel, where humanity tried to build its own way to heaven, resulting only in division and misunderstanding. Later, for the people of Judah, Babylon became the city of their exile. It was a place of sorrow and longing, a foreign land where they felt lost and disconnected from their home and their faith. Babylon symbolizes the brokenness that can be found in our cities, the loneliness, the injustice, and the feeling of being spiritually adrift in a world that often seems to ignore God's ways. Today, our modern cities often feel like a mixture of both Jerusalem and Babylon. They are centers of incredible innovation, culture, and opportunity, reflecting the best of human achievement. We see glimpses of Jerusalem in the communities that gather to serve the poor, in the pursuit of justice, and in the beautiful art and music that lift the human spirit. People from all over the world come together, sharing ideas and building a vibrant, diverse society. There is a powerful energy in our cities, a potential for great good that echoes the ideal of God's holy city. However, we also see the shadow of Babylon. We see the deep divisions between the rich and the poor. We witness the loneliness that can exist even in a crowd of millions. We see systems that can feel oppressive and unjust, and we experience the confusion of a culture that often values material success above all else. Many people feel like exiles in their own hometowns, struggling to find meaning and connection. This is the tension of urban life, the constant pull between the promise of Jerusalem and the reality of Babylon. It is in this complex space that our faith is tested and called to action. Throughout history, prophets and poets have looked at the brokenness of the city and dared to dream of something better. They did not turn away from the city's problems. Instead, they faced them with a vision of hope and justice. The prophet Isaiah, living in a time of great turmoil, spoke of a future Jerusalem where righteousness would dwell. He envisioned a city where weapons of war would be turned into farming tools, a place of ultimate peace and security for all its inhabitants. His words were not just wishful thinking, they were a powerful call to transform the city into what it was always meant to be, a place of divine peace. This prophetic tradition continued through the ages. The English poet William Blake, writing during the Industrial Revolution, looked at the dark, oppressive factories of London and contrasted them with a vision of building a new Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land. He longed for a society that valued human dignity over profit. In the 20th century, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood as a modern-day prophet. He spoke of a beloved community, a city where justice would roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. His dream was deeply rooted in the biblical promise of a world redeemed and restored, a city free from hatred and division. These visions are not just beautiful ideals, they are a call to action for people of faith living in cities today. They challenge us to see our cities not just as they are, but as they could be. The theologian N.T. Wright reminds us that our role is to be agents of new creation, working to bring glimpses of God's future kingdom into the present reality. This means we are called to be peacemakers in our neighborhoods, to stand up for the marginalized, and to work for justice in our local communities. It is a practical and demanding task, requiring both courage and compassion. Living with this prophetic hope means we do not give in to cynicism or despair when we see the city's flaws. Instead, we are motivated by a powerful vision of renewal. We believe that change is possible because we trust in a God who is actively working to make all things new. Our faith gives us the energy to engage with our city's problems, to love our neighbors as ourselves, and to contribute to the common good. We become participants in God's great project of building a city that reflects His character, a city of justice, mercy, and peace for all. So how can followers of Jesus practically live out this faith in the modern urban landscape? The answer lies not in grand, sweeping gestures, but in small, faithful acts of love and service. We are called to be a tangible presence of hope in our communities. Consider the life of Mother Teresa. She did not set out to solve all the problems of Calcutta. She simply began by caring for one person at a time. She saw the face of Jesus in the poorest of the poor and responded with profound love and compassion. Her work became a powerful symbol of how one person's faith can bring light and dignity to the darkest corners of a city. This is a model for all believers. We can make a difference right where we are, in our own neighborhoods and workplaces. It might mean volunteering at a local food bank or mentoring a young person who needs guidance. It could be as simple as getting to know our neighbors, listening to their stories, and offering a helping hand when needed. By building genuine relationships and serving others with humility, we weave the fabric of a stronger, more compassionate community. We become living proof that faith is not just a private belief, but a public commitment to love and justice that has the power to transform the city from the inside out. This work is fueled by a deep and abiding hope. The Bible does not end with the brokenness of Babylon or the struggles of earthly cities. It concludes with a breathtaking vision in the book of Revelation. The Apostle John sees a new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God. This is the ultimate city, a place where there is no more death or mourning or crying or pain. It's a city where God Himself will dwell with His people, and He will wipe every tear from their eyes. The gates of this city are never shut, and it is a home for people from every nation, tribe, and language. This final vision is the ultimate source of our hope. It assures us that our small efforts to bring peace and justice to our cities are not in vain. They are a foretaste of the beautiful, perfect city that is to come. This hope empowers us to live with purpose and courage in the here and now, knowing that history is moving toward a glorious conclusion. It inspires us to work for unity and reconciliation, reflecting the ultimate harmony of God's eternal city. Our faith in the urban age, therefore, is not a retreat from the world, but a confident step into it, carrying the promise of a new and better city for all.